Hey folks, I'm just trying a different method of getting information to you for what we're doing in the business area support staff. This is going to be the second quarter report for 2010. Hopefully you'll find some useful information and maybe get a few laughs at my expense as I bumble through these tools. Okay, here's our staff. We've been together as a unit for about 2 years now. I think we've really started to form a cohesive unit, knowing our roles and responsibilities, and I think we can do a good job of getting the tasks done and objectives in the business area. All right, these are our primary support applications. The e-business, no doubt, number one, but Apex is coming on strong. It seems to be a highly used development tool. We've got numerous new applications coming on board, and those two are the majority of our resources go to. We have a total of 32 instances we support. All right, these are the hardware resources. We're currently using 13 servers and 13 gigabyte of SAN storage, which is actually a reduction from Q1. We've removed 1.5 terabytes from our cost, and I'll show you where that came from in another slide. During second quarter, we did our financial upgrade on June 22nd. Nice thing about this is we've gotten to where we can include all of our technology pieces with the application upgrades. In this case, we upgraded to RUP7, which is current. We added January security patches. We also added compatibility for IE8 when the university is ready to adopt that. There were 4 one-off bug patches that were applied and identified during the testing phase. Clones for the quarter, we had 6 clones, not a high number, probably about average. Most of them related to the finance upgrade as well. The accomplishments, well, here's where we picked up the SAN space. There's 1.4 terabyte. We've gotten rid of SQL Train and OA Train, and those instances are no longer available, and we released the storage space associated with them. We also found 100 gigabyte of miscellaneous SAN space on DAS1 that was old file systems that were no longer needed, and we've gotten rid of that as well. A significant accomplishment was the point-in-time recovery. This is something that had probably been on our plate for a couple of years, something we wanted to test to verify our backups and our process. From the time that we started this task, we backed up approximately 2 months and restored the full backup, and then applied logs for like 3 days forward. So it was we brought up the instance that was 2 months old, and we recovered it up until like the Monday at 12 noon. So we just picked a time, made sure we used all our old backups. We got tapes from the archive logs. We got tapes from the normal e-business backup and use those. So it verifies we have a good backup process and that we are also able to recover. Also, we worked on setup of initial servers in Huntsville. It's an ongoing process. We did this as part of the finance upgrade. This wget utility helps save patching time for the DBAs. It allows us to directly retrieve the patches from Oracle support onto the server we're patching. Also, during the finance upgrade, we implemented the SP file. The SP file is a 10G database feature that allows dynamic updates of certain configuration parameters. So if we need to, we can do that rather than bounce the database for, like say, a particular set of parameters. Finance upgrade, we also removed 300 UTL file entries. This was the low-hanging fruit, the easily identified entries that were no longer needed, and we probably still have 1,000, and half of those are probably something that could be removed, just needs more research, but we did make progress on cleaning that up. Wayne added additional functionality to the cloning script, reducing the interactive time from the DBA, so this will a little more automate the process, and that's just an ongoing effort to try to improve our cloning. During the finance upgrade, we also removed references to this UO5 mount point that's on Picard. I think it's been around for a long time. There's only a couple things using it. and so we changed the configurations to use a different location. We'll probably be able to release 300 or 400 gig once we're comfortable that that's not being used, which I think we're already there. Here's a reference to the new Apex applications that are coming on board. And this is our Quintana ticket. Interesting how close the numbers are from Q1 to Q2. I actually went back to Q4 and the numbers were similar there. Of these 300 per quarter, Pat has taken care of about 200 plus, which are related to the developer script requests, application updates, and that's a significant number. But all total, I would say that 300 or the Quintana probably only captures about 50 or 60% of our workload. Development redeployment. In Huntsville, we currently have 2 servers. It's TuckDDO2, which we moved from Birmingham, and then TuckDA10, which is a new server that will replace DAS1. Right now, the only instance we have there is OADBA, and that's being used as our DR testing instances. It's another reason we haven't migrated more instances up there. I wanted to keep the server free for the OA prod drill, and until that completes, now scheduled for July 31st, I'd like to keep it that way. I will make plans to move TuckDDO1. It's empty. There's no SAN resources associated with it. It's a 2 CPU box that was formerly used for OA train, and I'll get that headed up to Huntsville this third quarter. Of course, our objective is to move all Sunflower and eBusiness to Huntsville because they're a long-term project. I'd like to think that we can complete that by the end of this year. Our battles, we did have some performance issues in the development instances. This was mainly caused by the finance upgrade testing and other testing in OA Dev. It was just a conflict of server utilization and maxed out capacity. I don't expect this to happen too much, and I think it's something we can live with until we get the servers all deployed in Huntsville. I had a few heats, and mainly they were related to large report jobs consuming Picard resources, and once those reports were terminated, services returned to normal. Okay, ongoing discussion on Java support and activity. I'd probably be here every quarter. Setting up eBusiness in Huntsville was challenging just because of the new location, the changes in the servers, IP addresses, and so on. Have not heard any response from Sunflower about our needs to migrate to 11G, but I'll get to that on the third quarter. In progress, we're looking for more space. I mentioned the UO5, that will be freed up this third quarter. We got some logs we've identified we can clean up, so we should be able to release additional SAN space. Move of eBusiness and Sunflower. Disaster recovery, this has been a huge project, taken a large amount of Wayne's time, and the change in location, the change in server, the change in domain names, new load balancers, new certs, new URLs. It was a challenging effort, and that's still continuing. Again, here are the Apex applications we're looking at. Coming up this quarter, we'll start planning for benefits upgrading, HR upgrade, and 11G app server. Support issues, app server support issues. Premier support ends December 10th. I'm not aware of any extended support. 10G database. Just see it this month. We ended the Premier support phase and we've moved into extended support. So we need to, and I would like to start the process for eBusiness, upgrading eBusiness to 10G very soon. And we all know about 11i eBusiness. eSolution hours, we did 100 and almost 90 hours, very similar to previous quarter. So we're running about 360 total. I think that keeps us on target for achieving maximum utilization this year. Well, that's it for this quarter. Hope it was useful, and we might try something again on the third quarter. Thanks.